Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about: is Zorro Mexican, white, Spanish, or Native American? Or is he a combination of all? So Zorro is one of the most complicated, characters in terms of race. Many people actually don't know. Heck, even I didn't know. Like, I've always been told the dude was Mexican and everything, because that's what I was always told. And so a lot of Zorro actors are played by white actors, which annoys some people because they assume he's Hispanic and everything. And so, then there was the whole thing with Antonio Banderas. Many people felt he was right for the role, but people was confused why he didn't call himself a person of color and why he was about to check white on like a box when he came to like America. And then there's the Amazon Prime show where that Zorro is like white and everything from Spain. And then there are like the Native American ones because that show also deals with like Native American culture and stuff. And so for the longest time, many people like myself have been very confused. And I've said before in other videos, when I assumed the dude was like Mexican and everything, that he's always been played by a white guy and never a Mexican guy unless it's in a Mexican movie. And one of the reasons why I always felt he was Mexican is because one of the 90s Zorro show when I was a kid watching it, but mostly because of the Antonio Banderas movie. Because in that version, his version is like an adaptation of one of the I can't speak. He's an adaptation from like the father. No, wait, I'm trying to think. Which one is he? Is he Alejandro or is he Diego? I think I gotta go look this up on the internet real fast. But anyway, his character is Mexican in the movie. So I always assume, okay, well, if his character is Mexican, then I guess he's Mexican, right? Turns out Zorro, the original one, Diego de la Vega, he is actually a white Spaniard. Whoa. So, whoops. I guess he's not Mexican and everything. But it goes a little bit more deeper than that. So, so the one from the novels or comics or whatever and all this other stuff, Diego de la Vega, he is a white Spaniard. And so, he came on over to California when it was ruled by Spain and everything. And he fought injustice and stuff like that. Now, that version of Zorro, he is and I'm going to have a hard time saying this, Criolla. And so that's basically a white Spaniard of full-blooded Spanish and stuff. And so Spain is one of those complicated countries for me. And the reason for that is because many people assume that Spain is a Latino Hispanic country because they speak Spanish over there. See, Spanish wasn't introduced to Spain until the 13th century. And when they learned Spanish and everything, it was more like Castilian / kind of Roman Latin and everything. And I'm trying to think of the guy. I think his name was Alfonso X the Wise. He's the one who taught them that. And so they've been speaking Spanish over there for since the 13th century and stuff. And they've even infused Hispanic American culture into their own and everything. And so, but it seems that people from Spain are like at least a good majority of them are like white Spaniards and everything. Antonio Banderas, there was controversy a while back because he doesn't consider himself a person of color. And I think it was Selma Hayek, I think, that said that he is a man of color or Hispanic or something like that, she said. But he said that when he came to America, he was about to check off the box white until they stopped him and told him to check Hispanic. And so he says, I guess when I'm in Spain, I'm white, and then I guess when I'm in America, I'm Hispanic. And because I think his parents, I believe, are like, I forget exactly like what type of ancestry they have, but I'm pretty sure they're like white. And a lot of people they have like really dark complexions and stuff, which can get very confusing. So if Antonio Banderas, who I think his real name is Jose, I think, if he's technically a white Spaniard, then shouldn't Daphne King, who plays no what's her name? Daphne King, yeah, who plays X-23 in Logan? Technically, isn't she considered a white Spaniard too? Even though X-23 is supposed to be Hispanic, because like when you look her up, Daphne, her thing says that she's like, white and Spanish. I'm like, white and Spanish, but she's born in Spain. So why don't they just call her white and stuff? So I'm like so confused. And so 'cause I think one of her parents is like British and everything. And then I read online there was somebody pissed off at Penelope Cruz because they said they're tired of her playing Latino characters when she's white. I'm like, what are they talking about? I'm pretty sure she's Hispanic too, right? She was born in Spain as well. So is she considered a white Spaniard? Because my God, they really got some tannins to their skin. And so she played like a Mexican in the movie Banditas and everything. And so, like, back to the whole Zorro thing. So, like, okay, if Diego de la Vega is supposed to be like, a white Spaniard and everything. Now, there are some that says that he's like Crayola and that's like white Spaniard and he lived in Spain, went over to Spain, came back to like California and everything. But then I read something else online that suggests that he also has some Native American in him, which is probably why the Amazon Prime show depicted Native Americans having a big influence on their Zorro and everything. So now that totally makes sense. But then there are some that says that he is Mexican because, like I said before, the one okay, so Antonio Banderas he played a modified version of Alejandro de la Vega. Alejandro de la Vega is the father, the wealthy father of like Diego. And remember in the 90s Zorro show, Zephron, what's his name? Efron Zemis, I think, Jr., the dude who played Alfred in the Batman cartoon. He played Alejandro and everything. And he's like white Russian Jewish and everything. And so, like in the Mask of Zorro, Antonio Banderas, instead of playing originally Antonio de la Vega, they changed his last name. And then I guess when he married Catherine Zeta-Jones' character, he changed his last name to De La Vega. So they kind of switched that around. Like instead of being the father, he's like now the son-in-law and everything. And he is actually Mexican, that character. So that always threw me off and everything, thinking that the dude was Mexican and stuff. Man, that's so weird. Like, I could have, like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I never would have thought the dude was a white Spaniard and everything. I thought for straight up the dude was like, Mexican and stuff. So now that makes me wonder about so many other like Spanish actors and stuff, because there gotta be some Hispanic Latino people that are like Spain, because people marry outside their race like all the time. And of course, what happened to all the black slaves that were in Spain? Did some of them stay over there? And if so, and then they're considered Spaniards and everything. But you don't never hear about them and everything. So yeah. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.